Hi, we're McFly. BBC Children in Need is here.
It's the party of the year, with a whole host of special guests doing something different. Everyone's invited, so come and join us for an evening of star-studded entertainment.
Here we are now, entertain us.
BBC Children in Need Night.
Friday at 7 on BBC One.
This is BBC One Wales. Now the BBC 10 o'clock news with Hugh Edwards and Jamie Owen.
Tonight at 10, the British economy is probably in recession already. The Bank of England says it's expected to get much worse and will last well into next year. The latest unemployment figures are the highest for 11 years.
These are difficult and indeed unprecedented times, and 2009 will be a difficult year.
And the governor gave a strong hint that interest rates will come down again. Also tonight, after the violent death of baby P at this house in Haringey, a political row about the failings.
This is a story about a 17-year-old girl who had no idea how to bring up a child. It's about a boyfriend who couldn't read but could beat a child. And it's about a social services department that gets £100 million a year and can't look after children. That's what this is about.
A court hears that Shannon Matthews was kidnapped as part of a plot to claim reward money involving her mother. And the Queen's thoughts on the Prince of Wales as he approaches his 60th birthday.
Good evening. In Wales today, unemployment is rising faster here than the rest of the UK. 95,000 people are officially out of work. And if doctors hadn't discharged Alicia from hospital, she might have lived to see her 3rd birthday.
Good evening. The British economy is probably in recession already, according to the Governor of the Bank of England, and the slowdown will continue well into 2009. Mervyn King says the economic landscape has changed dramatically in the past 3 months. His bleak forecast was reinforced by the latest unemployment figures, which have risen to the highest level for 11 years. Our economics editor, Hugh Pym, has the details.
If you add up all the bits of the economy's output, you get GDP. It's been growing non-stop for some time to stand at about £1.3 trillion in a year. But recently it went into reverse, and the Governor of the Bank of England today warned it'll shrink the whole of next year.
And I think we probably are in recession now. 2009 is going to be a difficult year, but, and this is the important thing, we have already taken action to try to ensure that inflation stays close to our 2% target, which enables us to bring about a balance in the economy. So I'm confident that we will come through this.
Earlier, he and his colleagues had revealed how bad the bank thought things would get and why they'd cut interest rates, the economy shrinking by about 1.5% next year. How would that compare to previous recessions? A depression, such as the one seen in the 1930s, is defined by a significant sustained fall in GDP. Then America's economy shrunk almost a third. No one's suggesting we're going to see anything like that. During the recession of the early 1980s, the UK economy contracted by 4.6%. And in the early 1990s, the economy fell back 2.5% over a couple of years. Today's forecast suggests we might be in line for something similar. Rising unemployment goes hand in hand with recession, and this gathering outside one job centre this morning tells its own story. Nicola Jeffs from East London was made redundant in September. She's one of more than 1.8 million now unemployed. She's looking for office work, but so far, no luck.
We've just got married, we bought a car, we've had a honeymoon, we've been on a holiday. Obviously, we don't plan for things like this to happen, so we need to get back into it. We don't want to fall behind on car payments. We want to get our own place. We're just married. So it's really important that I can get back into working, because I can't rely on my husband's money all the time.
The narrow measure, those claiming unemployment benefit, shows a sharp rise over the last year. It's now just shy of 1 million. But it's worth remembering this is well below the peak in the early 90s when the number touched 3 million.
He's, of course, the Governor of the Bank of England.
As for inflation, there may not be any next year, at least on the broader retail prices index, according to the bank.